Alright, folks, we are back. Continuing on with Half-Life, we are doing Half-Life 2. So here we go. Here's the menu. I actually got it to display the correct menu scene this time. I just briefly started a new game and dropped a dummy save so that it would show the right menu screen instead of the end game one. So we should be all good to go to jump into it. All the chapters are on. I've beaten this game multiple times. I have like 60 hours in it on Steam, and probably more off of Steam. But I will shut up now.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until... well, let's just say your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
So, our good pal, the G-Man, is back again. Also, hard to believe that this game came out in 2004, I must say, with how good it looks. I remember... Okay, we can talk to this guy.
I didn't see you get on.
No, you didn't.
No matter how many times I've been relocated, I never get used to it. This is my third transfer this year.
So it kind of gives us a little insight, a little bit.
End of the line.
I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, no, I remember when we bought this. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to City 17.
All right, we'll listen to this guy.
Chosen or been chosen to relocate to one of our finest remaining urban centers. I thought so much of City 17 that I elected to establish my administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome to City 17.
All right,
It's
well,
safer here.
safer here. That guy is Dr. Breen. He is he was the administrator at Black Mesa, our previous boss, who's now somehow in charge of the entire planet. And there's all this random stuff going on. Our benefactors, City 17, lots of weird stuff. So if you played Half-Life 1 and then you play this, you're like, whoa, what the hell's happening? What's happening is this is 20 years into the future. And after the events, it just plays on the loop. After the events of Half-Life 1, this extraterrestrial multi-universal empire called the Combine detected the shenanigans that went on in Black Mesa, the Resonance Cascade and Zen and all of that stuff going on, and invaded Earth. Kind of alluded to that before with the boss of Half-Life 1. If you listen to what he said, the creatures from Zen weren't invading Earth, they were actually running from the Combine, and so we kind of led them right to us.
It's safer here.
Safer here, yes. So they have these little drones flying around that take pictures. They're just surveillance drones, take pictures of the population to control them and monitor them, and etc., etc. Yeah, the Combine, totalitarian dictatorship, basically. No rights for anybody. Do as you're told. Behave, stand in line, etc., etc. The people on the train, they alluded to, oh, this is my third transfer this year, or no matter how many times I get transferred, I never get used to it. So the Combine are constantly shipping citizens, I use air quotes around the word citizens, all over the world to keep them from forming any meaningful connections. You know, because if nobody knows anybody, they can't really effectively band together to resist. If we come over here, we can see we still have our pals the Vortigons, but they are just as enslaved as humanity is. And before they were our enemies, now they're our friends. Because, as I said before, the only reason that they were even attacking Earth was because they were being controlled by the Nihilanth. I have such a hard time pronouncing that thing's name. You can kind of see he's got some shackles and restraints and weird stuff going on him. That guy right there, that is a civil protection unit, also called a Metro Cop. He is human. So the Combine basically assimilate and, well, combine whatever they take over. And so citizens, again, humans, have the option of willingly signing up for the civil protection, which is essentially the Gestapo, or the police, whatever you want to call it, and are basically the front line of defense in enforcing the Combine's reign. Now, if you want to advance in the Combine hierarchy, you know, they have a military and all these other type of things, and to advance, you have to give up more and more of your humanity. So, like, for example, if this guy wanted to become a Combine soldier, he would have to elect to get his memory wiped and then replaced with, you know, a Combine tailored one. And then he would also undergo a wide range of surgeries and augmentations. Essentially, he would not be human anymore. And in fact, they refer to them as transhumans later in the game. But for right now, the ones that look like this.
Welcome. Welcome to City 17. You have chosen or been chosen
the civil protection people are human. Now, also, you'll notice all these suitcases here. Everybody is forced to leave their belongings here. So again, it's another way that they control the population. Nobody is allowed any personal effects or belongings. They're confiscated at every relocation.
Are you the only ones on that train?
Whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts
Overwatch stopped our train in the woods and took my husband for questioning. They said he'd be on the next train. I'm not sure when that was. They're being nice, though, letting me wait for him.
Yes, they're being nice. So this lady, she said, "Oh, well, they stopped my train and, you know, took my husband for questioning." So again, another thing that the Combine do is they break up family units. So, you know, most families aren't allowed to remain together. And somehow, by some fluke accident, at least that's what I am surmising here, these people ended up on the same train, and the Combine realized it and dragged him off of it for questioning, but probably ended up getting killed. And now she will probably end up with the same fate at some point when she realizes that he's never coming. Come over here, we can get some water. Dr. Breen's private reserve. It's free. Endless. Well, I don't know about endless, but you can drink as much water as you want. Knock yourself out. You can also open these up. These are the same. You might recognize these lockers from Half-Life Alyx if you've been watching that playthrough. You'll see a lot of similar assets. Well, because it's happened in the same place. Half-Life Alyx was 5 years chronologically in game, 5 years before Half-Life 2. So there's no real indication of where in the world exactly we are, but it's believed to be somewhere in Eastern Europe. But here you can see some Greek letters, and elsewhere you can see some Russian. So continuing on, nice little propaganda posters everywhere. While this guy just plays on repeat.
Don't drink the water. They put something in it to make you forget.
Yes.
I don't even remember how I got here.
He doesn't even remember how he got here. Probably doesn't even remember his family. That Dr. Breen's private reserve is laced with drugs that messes with your memory so that you forget. And then there's this guy who's just
they're always full.
complete,
No one ever gets on, but they're always departing. But they never
going insane because he's been transferred so many times. He's like, oh, everybody comes, but nobody goes. They're always departing, always arriving.
It's safer here.
I see they took your suitcase too. They can't get away with this much longer.
Yeah, see, they took everybody's suitcases every time you're relocated. They take your stuff.
I'm working up the nerve to go on.
Yeah.
Dr. Breen again? I was hoping I'd seen the last of him in City 14. I wouldn't say that too loud. This is his base of operations.
And so here he says Dr. Breen again. Well, that kind of indicates that they're broadcasting these propaganda messages
Welcome to City
all across their operations. He alludes to City 14, but we never go there. We only stay in City 17. So how did Dr. Breen end up being the, you know, basically the puppet dictator, if you will? He negotiated, well, he somehow found out how to communicate with the Combine, which, I mean, that's not that far-fetched since he was in charge of Black Mesa. He's probably a pretty smart guy. But he found out how to communicate with them and negotiated a surrender after what was called the 7-Hour War, which immediately followed their invasion. And that's how long it took the Combine to completely eradicate all resistance on Earth, was 7 hours. So you can see here, we're being told to go this way. You can see over there it says Plaza Exit. That's where we really want to go, but we're being told to go this way because, well, they don't recognize us. You know, they have all these cameras. They're like, whoa, who are you? What's going on? Go this way. So we go over here, and we're going to be taken in for questioning. As you can see, we're being recorded over here. This is Nova Prospect. We'll actually get to go there later. And we're being taken in for questioning now.
I thought so much of City 17 that I
Take a look in here.
Got a standard relocation coupon just like everybody else.
Standard relocation coupon. You can see that definitely this looks very, very reassuring. Just want to ask me a few questions.
About that beer I owed you. It's me, Gordon, Barney from Black Mesa. Hey, sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras. I've been working undercover with Civil Protection. I can't take too long or they'll get suspicious. I'm way behind on my beating quota.
Yes, Barney, what is it? I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman! I expected more warning.
Yeah, you and me both, Doc. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Well, Barney, what do you intend?
I'm thinking.
Alex is around here somewhere. She would have a better idea how to get him here.
Oh, as long as he stays away from checkpoints, we should be okay. Listen, I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
Okay, Gordon. You're gonna have to make your own way to Dr. Kleiner's lab. Oh, man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon, before you blow my cover.
Alright. As you can see, there's more confiscated luggage. Right, so we saw Dr. Kleiner and Barney. Now, they never use Barney's last name. It's just, hey, it's me, Barney from Black Mesa. But it is heavily implied that that is Barney Calhoun, who we played as in Half-Life Blue Shift. So you can see there's lots of physics interactions. You can pick up most anything you want. Glass actually breaks. It's this coming out in 2004 like blew just about everybody's mind when they played it for the first time. They're like, holy shit, what? So real. Certainly blew my mind. That and the graphics alone, it was like my potato of a PC at the time could barely run it. I think we had a Athlon XP 5200, like single core 1.4 gigahertz processor. Oh yeah, and a NVIDIA GeForce FX 5200 with a whopping 128 megabytes of VRAM. So yeah. So here's a nice little interact where they're like, hey, check out these physics, my guy. That's essentially all this is just check out our sweet physics engine. So dude knocks over a can, says to pick it up. Now we have an option where we can put it in the trash can or throw it at this guy's face. We're going to just put it in the trash can, because if we throw it at his face, he chases us, and then we can't dilly-dally around. So you can kind of hear them, you know, doing little random radio chatters. Over here, we'll go talk to these people.
The line starts at the end.
Yep.
You gotta be damn hungry to wait in line for this crap.
You'll have to wait your turn like everybody else.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to join Civil Protection just to get a decent meal. The line starts at the end.
Right, so they are waiting for food to be dispensed from this thing. And as you hear, that one guy was like, I don't know about you, but I'm about ready to join Civil Protection just so I can get a decent meal. And that's another way that they coerce people to serving them, because they're like, hey man, you want to actually eat? You gotta put on the mask. I mean, sure, they still feed you, but it's like paste. It's goop. And I'm sure that, you know, Civil Protection doesn't get much better.
Cooked our first meals above a meager fire and started at the shadows that leapt upon the cavern's walls. But inseparable from instinct is its
We didn't really listen to the entirety of that broadcast, so we'll wait. It'll repeat. It'll repeat.
unreasoning impulse.
We can go out here, and this is the scene from the initial
Just become aware
initial menu.
its irrelevance.
We can come out here and see the kind of architectural style. There's more of these camera bots taking our picture because they're like, whoa, who the hell's this guy?
A fatal injury on our species. Instinct.
If we try and come over here, it'll yell at us and say, whoa, you're not you don't have access to Precinct 6, and it won't let us through the force field.
Instinct slyly and covertly compels us.
You can see they've bolted on their architecture to all kinds of stuff. This is much further along in their integration of the city than in. And you see here, people hold up their hand, or they have some type of implant which lets them through. We don't have that, so we can't go through there. We can't go to Precinct 13 either. Still yells at us, takes our picture. It doesn't matter. They're taking our picture. It doesn't matter.
They have given us the strength we never could have summoned to overcome this compulsion.
Yep.
They have given us purpose. They have turned our eyes toward the stars. Let me assure you that the suppressor field will be shut
that
off
massive structure in the background is the Combine Citadel that was so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. Our benefactors are the Combine, which is their basically bastion of power.
Have it on good authority. It's close at hand.
And this is more propaganda. So now it should repeat, so fuck off. Can't wait till I can smash these stupid things. We'll get a little more exposition, well, not exposition, but details about the environment that we find ourselves in. Should repeat anyway. Yeah, let's talk to this guy in the meantime.
You're scaring off the pigeons.
Scaring off the pigeons. Okay, well, so sorry. And that voice right there is the Combine Overwatch.
Let me read a
Oh, here we go.
recently received. Dear Dr. Breen, why has the Combine seen fit to suppress our reproductive cycle? Sincerely, a concerned citizen. Thank you for writing. Concerned? Of course, your question touches on one of the basic biological impulses, with all its associated hopes and fears for the future of the species. I also detect some unspoken questions. Do our benefactors really know what's best for us?
Our benefactors.
What gives them the right to make this kind of decision for mankind? Will they ever deactivate the suppression field and let us breed again? Allow me to address the anxieties underlying your concerns, rather than try to answer every possible question you might have left unvoiced. First, let us consider the fact that for the first time ever, as a species, immortality is in our reach. This simple fact has far-reaching implications. It requires radical rethinking and revision of our genetic imperatives. It also requires planning and forethought that run in direct opposition to our neural precepts. I find it helpful at times like these to remind myself that our true enemy is instinct. Instinct was our mother when we were an infant species. Instinct coddled us and kept us safe in those hardscrabble years when we hardened our sticks and cooked our first meals above a meager fire and started at the shadows that leapt upon the cavern's walls. But inseparable from instinct is its dark twin, superstition. Instinct is inextricably bound to unreasoning impulses, and today we clearly see its true nature. Instinct has just become aware of its irrelevance, and like a cornered beast, it will not go down without a bloody fight. Instinct would inflict a fatal injury on our species. Instinct creates its own oppressors and bids us rise up against them. Instinct tells us that the unknown is a threat rather than an opportunity. Instinct slyly and covertly compels us away from change and progress. Instinct, therefore, must be expunged. It must be fought tooth and nail, beginning with the basest of human urges, the urge to reproduce. We should thank our benefactors for giving us respite from this overpowering force. They have thrown a switch and exorcised our demons in a single stroke. They have given us the strength we never could have summoned to overcome this compulsion. They have given us purpose. They have turned our eyes toward the stars. Let me assure you that the suppressing field will be shut off on the day that we have mastered ourselves, the day we can prove we no longer need it. And that day of transformation, I have it on good authority, is close at hand.
So, that's basically just pure bullshit. It's still always fun to listen to, though. So essentially, they are broadcasting some type of energy field from the Citadel, from all the Citadels in all of their cities and areas, basically all across the world, that prohibits the formulation of certain protein things that are necessary for embryonic development in humans, therefore preventing any children from being conceived or born. So essentially, everybody that you're looking at, this is the last of the human race. No new children.
Let me read a letter.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Not happening. So they are basically just slowly and systematically killing all the humans and absorbing the ones that are willing into their empire. And this guy sees us coming and is like, hey, nah, bro, you're not going in there. And you can see some citizens backed up against the wall for some infraction. They're probably going to get the shit beat out of them and then killed. But yeah, the suppression field. And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry, it'll be turned off. No problem, my guy. Also over here. Damn, I think I might have missed it. Maybe another one will walk by. That thing walking in the background was a big-ass enemy. It's called a Strider. We'll fight lots of them. If we try and go this way, they're going to be like, whoa, what are you doing? Nah, not this way. So we'll go this way instead. Yeah, so the Combine, they've suppressed all human reproduction. And we're slowly going extinct. Even though he's being like, oh no, chill bro, it's all good. It's for the benefit of humanity. Also, you can again see some non-compliance down here. That dude's fucking dead. And this guy's like, yo, back it off. This is official police business. So we'll just go this way.
This is how it always starts. First the building, then the whole block. They have no reason to come to our place. Don't worry, they'll find one.
Yep, that they will. So if we go into the playground, which hasn't been used in a while, you listen closely, you can kind of hear some screams and children in the background. It's fully interactable, by the way. Yeah, there haven't been any children in 20 years, so. You don't see them anywhere in the game. I don't really even see them referred to. Once again, they're going to be like, nah, not in this house, keep moving. It's kind of just a really gentle way of pushing you in the right direction. Where they're like, hey, look at this, you could go here, but you probably don't want to. There's nothing in here, just more stuff for us to pick up and mess around with. All of these things are like the door locks. If we were playing as Alex Vance, we could whip out our fancy multi-tool and zap them away, but... Alright. So... See some Combine making a friendly neighborhood. Yep. Yep, they just kick down the door and gun down anybody inside of there for, I don't know, non-compliance with something.
Was that you knocking? I didn't even know we still had a door.
Nope, you don't. Only state-approved TV channel, of course.
Look at them down there.
I told you they'd be coming for us next.
Just this once, I hope you're wrong.
Go away. Hope you guys aren't watching that. Yeah, so the reason all of this... oh, there's the other missing piece from the playground, by the way. The reason all this craziness is happening is because, well... non-compliant citizen final warning.
What are we going to do?
We'll think of something.
I find it helpful at times like these to...
When is
Oh.
it all going to end?
Don't worry.
You see, they're at their wits' end.
It's all right.
There's nothing back there. So we'll just go this way.
Attention, residents.
Now listen here.
Miscount detected in your block. Cooperation with your civil protection team. Permit full ration reward.
Alright, so they just said miscount detected in your block. So that's what all the hubbub is about. It's because of us, because we are not accounted for. They keep account of everybody and where they're going. And they're like, yo, there's an extra person here. What's going on? So that's why all the CPs are pouring in here. And as you heard, it said, hey man, cooperation with your local CPs permits a full ration reward. And we're just gonna run.
Get in here, quick! Keep moving. Head for the roof.
As you heard, they said, "Run for your life." Yeah, they're not taking anybody in. They are killing them. Non-compliance. So yeah, all of those people, they're dead. No questions about it. But yeah, and then the other thing they said, cooperation permits full ration reward. So hey, if you snitch out your neighbor, those are gunships. That's what those are. Yeah, if you snitch out your neighbor, we're gonna feed you. You can see them pulling up down there. Eventually, they're gonna start shooting at us. Nothing we can do about that yet. We'll just keep going and pop in here. And we go over here. Oh no, cops! Oh no, more cops! And totally scripted. Can't do anything about that. And this is our first
Dr.
introduction
Freeman, I presume.
to Alex Vance.
We better hurry. The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in their way. Dr. Kleiner said you'd be coming this way. I don't think it occurred to him that you might not have a map.
Yes, and so as you heard,
I'm Alex Vance. My father worked with you back in Black
goodness,
Mesa.
not gonna be able to talk.
I'm sure you don't remember me, though.
So yeah, if you remember that that
Few
dude
words, aren't you?
after we came up from the test chamber who was like, "Gordon, you're alive! Thank God for that hazard suit. All of our phones are out, and I'm scared to move or whatever." That was Eli Vance,
Remember him from Black Mesa? Your old administrator.
who is her father.
Don't get my dad started on Dr. Breen.
And so there she says, yep, that's your old administrator at Black Mesa. Because you never actually meet him in Half-Life 1, if you recall. He's just referred to as the administrator. Well, the administrator is very concerned that we get a cohesive analysis of the sample. I gather they went to whatever. But you heard the Overwatch voice going, "Oh, miscount detected in your sector." So they keep a tab of.
To my father's lab through the old canals. Today, we're finally on the verge of having a better way.
Keep a tab of really just about everybody.
Here, let me buy you a drink.
No thanks, they put something in it.
Oh, and by the way, nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, so you see here these little things, this lambda symbol, it kind of is a little marker that kind of guides you to where you need to go. Well, not really where you need to go, well, in this case where you need to go, but
Where did she get to? Lamar, come out of there!
Uh-oh, everything all right, Dr. Kleiner?
Oh, hello, Alex. Well, almost all right. Lamar has gotten out of her crate again. If I didn't know better, I'd suspect Barney of trapping and... My goodness, Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
I found him wandering around outside. Bit of a troublemaker, isn't he?
We owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does tend to follow in his wake.
See, they've set up their little underground operation here.
Time. Alex has just
The magnifying
installed
glass
the
actually
final
works.
piece for our resurrected teleport.
I can't take any credit for the breakthrough, Doctor.
Nonsense.
Whatever the hell
your
this thing
talents
is doing.
surpass your loveliness.
Let's just see if this thing works, okay?
Well,
We have the Windows 2000 Starfield screensaver.
You stirred up the hive. We can't keep him here long, Doc. It'll jeopardize everything we've worked for.
Don't worry, he's coming with me.
That's right, Barney. This is a red letter day. We'll inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission.
You mean it's working? For real this time? Because I still have nightmares about that cat.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about.
What cat?
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
Doc, since he's not taking the streets, you might as well get him out of his civvies.
What? Oh dear, you're right. I almost forgot. Barney, I'll give you the honor.
I've got to get back on my shift, but okay.
And they have our HEV suit.
Here we go.
Also.
Ah! Damn it, get it off me!
Lamar!
Yes, that is
I thought you got rid of that pest.
Miss Kleiner's pet head
Certainly
crab.
not. Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely
Oh, how
harmless.
cute.
The worst
Covered
you
in
might
blood.
do is attempt to couple with your head fruitlessly.
Get that thing away from me!
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with
my
Barney
pet.
on it.
Up. No, not up there. No. Careful, Lamar. Those are quite fragile. Oh, fie. It'll be another week before I can coax her out of there.
Yeah, longer if we're lucky.
Barney, you're not an animal person.
Yes, so
Well, Gordon, go ahead. Slip into your suit now.
somehow they ended up with it. We'll get that in a bit, but yeah, I have a little mini teleporter that we can go like that with.
Let's get a move on.
Go back and forth. There's actually an achievement for breaking the teleporter, and if you put too much stuff in it, or if you just do it enough.
Gordon, if you please, I'm eager to see if your old suit still fits.
Old suit.
Time to suit up, Gordon.
Oh, shut up. I'm doing science. Eventually this will break. Maybe I need to put more stuff in it.
If Dr. Kleiner says you should wear that thing, you should wear it.
No, I don't think I will. I'm too busy doing science.
Don't worry, I won't look.
We don't have time to fool around. Get your suit on.
I'm doing science. I think it's starting to... Maybe I'm just wasting time. I don't know. There we go. Yes, so now the cactus is gone. No more cactus. Alright, we'll get my suit.
Gordon, the longer you delay, the greater the danger to us all. Well, Gordon, I see your HEV suit still fits you like a glove. At least, the glove parts do.
Ha ha ha.
I've made a few modifications, but I'll just acquaint you with the essentials. Now, let's see.
Until you've really used that
The
clipboard
Mark
a lot.
V Hazardous Environment suit has been redesigned for comfort and utility. Oh dear.
Doc, we don't have time for this. At least get that suit juiced up, Gordon.
Good idea. There's a charger on the wall.
Yeah, it noises the alarm going off.
I've modified your suit to draw power from Combine energy outlets, which are plentiful wherever
take a look
they
at the...
patrol.
Oh, that makes it smaller.
Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, well. These are the new suit chargers, Combine Edition. Works the same way. Yeah, and so in this game we have the HEV Mark V. In Half-Life 1 we had the HEV Mark IV. So,
Come on.
mostly minor differences. Ah shit, I should have paused it before I went in here because we're running late. Well, this is fine. This is fine. We'll just do that. And we're going to wrap it up here because we're already at like 37 minutes. So we're going to call it an episode. Thank you all for watching, as always. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much with my rambling about Half-Life 2 and the associated lore/environments. But we will see you in the next one when we come back with more Half-Life 2.